Hi everyone, it's Ollie from OP Film and Photography here. It's going to be an incredible year for movies, so I thought I'd take a bit of time to make a list of my top 10 most anticipated movies for 2017. This list is in release date order, so without any further delay, let's get to it. At number 1 is Trainspotting II. The original Trainspotting is an iconic film from the 90s that to this day is still one of my most favourite films. Trainspotting II is the next chapter in the lives of a group of Scottish junkies named Spud, Renton, Sick Boy and Bugby. All 4 of the original cast members from the cult hit rejoin with director Danny Boyle for what looks to be a big hit with fans. The sequel is based on Ivan Welsh's 2002 novel Porno. The original film was witty, funny, and it had loads of memorable scenes. Trainspotting 2 looks like it has all the ingredients to be a great film and give a nod to the original every now and again. Trainspotting 2 is out on the 27th of January. At number 2 is John Wick Chapter 2. Another eagerly awaited sequel is that to the one of John Wick. Keanu Reeves returns for his role as an all-round badass assassin, John Wick. Director Chaz Stahelski, who directed V for Vendetta and John Wick 1, returns for the sequel. It'll be really interesting to see if they can make a film that can live up to the standard that the first film set. The first was an incredibly slick action film that had subtle moments of comedy in between gloriously high-octane and bloody action scenes. If you missed the first film, I highly recommend checking it out before the sequel hits the screens. The plot for John Wick 2 has been kept largely under wraps, so it'll be exciting to see how the writers find a way to pull the deadliest assassin in the business out of retirement once again.
You're not very good at retiring.
I'm working on it.
John Wick Chapter 2 is out on the 10th of February. At number 3, it's Logan. It's hard to imagine Wolverine being played by anyone else other than Hugh Jackman, especially as he's been in the role for 17 years. Holy shit. This will be the last time Hugh will be coming back to this role as Logan, and Marvel Studios are going to have a hell of a tough time finding an actor to replace him. The third Wolverine movie takes place in the not too distant future in the extended Marvel universe, where all of the mutants are being wiped out. The film follows Logan coming out of hiding to save a girl with the same mutant powers as him from a bunch of evil mercenaries. This film has received an R rating, so just like Deadpool, you can expect to see lots of gruesome battles, but this time with a load of people getting adamantium claws directly to the face. Logan is out on the 3rd of March. At number 4 is The Fate of the Furious. It's crazy to think that a series that started out as a standard movie about street racing cars has morphed over the years into an all-out action blockbuster that the writers have somehow managed to inject cars into at every single turn. You really can't help but wonder how self-aware the writers are, considering everything in the movies is played out so serious, even though each one gets more ridiculous than the last. Like the moment The Rock uses his muscles to break out of a cast to get back to the fight. Either way, the Fast and Furious movies are a good watch if you just want to enjoy a big popcorn flick and get some good laughs along the way. This is the 8th Fast and Furious movie, which promises more unforgettable scenes like cars fighting cars with cables, copious amounts of butt shots, double crosses, cars fighting a submarine, and almost all of the people in the crew not knowing what the current plan they are executing is, but winging it and it all working out anyway. The Fate of the Furious is out on the 14th of April. At number 5 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. The first Guardians of the Galaxy was critically acclaimed and quickly made its way onto my all-time favourite movies list. It had a killer soundtrack, great characters, was funny as hell, and the pace throughout the movie was spot on, balancing quieter character development moments in between gorgeous action scenes. The sequel sees the return of Peter Quill, played by Chris Pratt, and his crew of misfits searching for his long-lost father. James Gunn returns to write and direct this installment of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which also stars Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Kurt Russell, hell yes, Karen Gilliam, and the voices of Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel as Tiny Groot. Groot is so small in this one, it's just great. And the writing in this just kills me, it's so good.
Now repeat back what I just said.
I am Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone!
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is out on the 5th of May. At number 6 is Alien Covenant. So after Prometheus had gaping plot holes and was ultimately confusing, giving us more questions than answers, I was a bit dubious about putting Alien Covenant on this list. But Ridley Scott does make incredibly stylized films, and I'm really hoping that the studio learned from their lessons from Prometheus and do right by the sequel. The plot is like any Alien movie really. The crew of a colony ship discovers an unknown planet, the crew get infected, and then much horror and awesome stuff ensues. The main difference in this one is that the planet the crew land on has a sole inhabitant, which is the synthetic David, played by Michael Fassbender, who was a survivor of the doomed Prometheus expedition. So it'll be interesting to see what role he'll play in this film. It's also been revealed that this film intends to evoke more of the thriller, darker themes of the first film. So here's hoping they get it right. Alien Covenant is out on the 19th of May. At number 7, it's War of the Planet of the Apes. The War of the Planet of the Apes is the dawn of the sequel, of the prequel, of the reboot of the Planet of the Apes. Okay, I know that's a bit of a mouthful, but trust me, these films are awesome. This time, the leader of the apes, Caesar, and the Colonel, played by Willie Harrison, are pitted against each other in an epic battle that will determine the fate of both their species and the future of the planet. Andy Serkis is once again returning to play the role of Caesar, Andy Serkis being most memorable for winning awards for his role as Gollum in Lord of the Rings. War of the Planet of the Apes is out on the 14th of July. At number 8 is Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. This is from Luc Besson, who directed the now legendary movie The Fifth Element. Valerian and Laurelin are special operatives from the government of the human territories charged with maintaining order throughout the universe. This movie is based on the groundbreaking novel series Valerian and Laurelin. Visionary writer-director Luc Besson advances this iconic source material into a contemporary, unique and epic science fiction adventure. The trailer gives us a brief glimpse into some stunning locations that will be featured in the movie and looks to be a full-on beautiful hybrid of jaw-dropping locations, aliens and action. Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets is out on the 21st of July. At number 9 is Dunkirk. When you find out that the same director that brought you the Dark Knight trilogy and Inception is making a new film, you know there's going to be a very high chance that it's going to be good, especially when it's being scored by Hans Zimmer and has Tom Hardy as the main protagonist. Christopher Nolan directs this World War II thriller about the excavation of Allied troops from the French city of Dunkirk before the Nazis can take hold. It looks like Dunkirk is set to pick up a whole lot of gold at the Oscars this year because everything I've seen so far looks on point. Dunkirk is out on the 21st of July. At number 10, it's Blade Runner 2049. The original Blade Runner was released in 1982 and is a classic that was way ahead of its time in terms of visual effects that still hold up to this day. In 2049, 30 years after the events of the first film, a Blade Runner, K, played by Ryan Gosling, unearths a long-buried secret that has the potential to plunge what's left of society into chaos. K's discovery leads him on a quest to find Rick Deckard, played by Harrison Ford, a former LAPD Blade Runner who has been missing for 30 years. Blade Runner 2049 is out on October the 6th. So those are my top 10, but before we get into honourable mentions, I want to give you guys the chance to win a green card for Krispy Kreme donuts. This card means you can get a donut of your choice every month for a year, or exchange the card in one go for a dozen box. To be in with a chance of winning, all you have to do is subscribe to OP Film and Photography, as well as the Surreal Flicks channel, and then comment in the comment section below with a movie you want to see in 2017. I'll pick a winner at random in the next couple of weeks. Good luck, and now here's my honourable mentions.
No, you're not going. Get your goddamn hand off. What are we going to do? There's a man there. Wick follows out the way. And your
Okay, so those are my most anticipated movies for 2017, but I'd really like to know, what are you looking forward to? Are there any movies that I haven't mentioned that you're really hyped about? Let me know in the comments. And if you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Much love to all of you guys, and I'll see you next time. Safe.